Welcome to the Slowdown, a space to pause, breathe, and come back to yourself. I'm Catherine, a yoga teacher and embodiment guide, and together we'll explore what it looks like to live with intention through reflection and somatic practices. This podcast is for you if you are moving through change, overwhelm, or you're just looking for a more mindful, embodied way of being in our world today. So grab a warm drink, get comfy, and let's settle in together. Again, how was your week? I am currently fighting off another cold. This one hasn't fully gotten me, but my voice may be a little croaky. Why don't we start off today with a deep breath, breathing in and filling up the belly and letting it go, sinking into whatever you are sitting on. With Valentine's Day coming up on the weekend, I've been thinking a lot about relationships, and specifically our relationship to ourselves. When I started becoming more aware of my inner dialogue, those thoughts that quietly loop in the background, I began to notice how many limiting beliefs I was carrying. These are the familiar stories that subtly shape our choices and keep us playing small. Thoughts like, I can't do that because, or this is just how I am, or that's not for someone like me. Often these beliefs operate unconsciously. They can show up as self-criticism, doubt, or assumptions we make about ourselves and about others. We don't usually question them. We simply live from them. So my question for this week is, what would it be like to notice these stories instead of automatically believing them? To meet them with curiosity rather than judgment? To pause and ask ourselves, is this true? Or is this the only way to see this? This kind of noticing opens the door to choice. It allows us to soften those habitual ways that we respond and begin relating to ourselves and others with more care. For me, this has been deeply tied to compassion. Years ago, when I really began this path of self-inquiry and started working with a somatic psychotherapist, I found a photo of myself as a child. I taped it to the wall where I would see it often, and it became this beautiful reminder that there is still a little girl inside of me who just wants to feel loved, safe, and accepted. Seeing her helped me soften how I spoke to myself. It made it harder to be harsh or dismissive. It invited more gentleness. I think especially because I have two little girls at home, it really made me stop and think, like, would I talk to them the way that I sometimes talk to myself? And the answer was no. Internal Family Systems offers a simple way of understanding this. We all have different parts of us that develop to help us navigate the world. When we begin to notice these parts with curiosity instead of judgment, our relationship with ourselves will naturally soften. And that relationship might be the most important one that we tend to. Through a somatic lens, we can also notice how our experiences live in our bodies. Over time, we start to develop these habitual ways of holding ourselves, physically and emotionally, based on what felt safest or most acceptable in the past. This practice isn't about digging into old stories or fixing anything, but more about noticing, offering a little more kindness, and remembering that the body learned these patterns for a reason. From there, I notice that things naturally begin to shift. Another way into this type of work and self-inquiry is through the breath. Our breath allows us to come into the present moment, allows us to come into our sensations. And the more we are aware and connected to our sensations, the more we begin to recognize these unconscious patterns. The more we build our connection between our mind and body, the more life opens up to us. We can stop living from all of the stories about what is going on, and we can really notice what's happening right now and meet ourselves with more care. I released a new meditation on the podcast called Radiating Kindness. It is a 7-minute practice, perfect if you want to have a little pause and send a little care to yourself, to someone you love, and to the whole world around you if you would like. I think the world right now could definitely use it. So if that resonates, I would love for you to go listen and let me know how it lands for you and to share it with someone else. So let's get into our somatic practice for the week. I'm going to call it self-love. So let's take a few moments here to practice simply being with ourselves. And if it feels okay, you might even bring yourself in front of a mirror for this. You're welcome to sit or stand, whatever feels most supportive. And if you're like, nope, I'm not going in front of a mirror, that is okay. You can soften your gaze or gently close your eyes. And take a moment to arrive. Notice what it's like to meet yourself in this moment. You might notice thoughts, emotions, or sensations in the body. There's nothing you need to do with them. Just start to become aware. How is your jaw, your shoulders, your belly, your glutes? Can you soften somewhere that is still holding? Can you let your body get a little heavier? Letting yourself be held by whatever is supporting you. Now we'll add a gentle breath. Let's inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, gentle hold. And exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gentle hold. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. In for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let the breath return to its natural rhythm. Feeling the body breathe itself. If your mind starts to wander, you can always come back to the counting or the feeling of your breath entering your body and then leaving your body. If it feels supportive, bring one hand under the opposite armpit and the other to the outside of your opposite arm, and offer yourself a gentle hug. Notice the pressure of your hands, the sense of containment, of being held. Maybe your eyes are closed here, and you might stay still, or maybe you gently start to rock side to side, letting this movement be slow and natural. And just stay here for a few rounds of breath, allowing yourself to simply be here, just as you are. There is no need to change anything. Just let yourself be with what is. If emotions or feelings come up, see if you can let them. If anything starts to feel a bit overwhelming, feel your feet on the floor or your body sitting on whatever you're sitting on. You can stay here for as long as feels good. When you're ready, let the breath return to its natural rhythm. And carry this quality of presence with you into the rest of your day. As you move through the week ahead, remember that you don't have to have it all figured out. Some days are for showing up, and some days are for curling up. Notice what your inner world needs and give it permission. And maybe notice how you speak to yourself. If you'd like to, find a baby picture or a picture of yourself when you were little and see what happens if you put it up on a wall. You are learning, growing, and always enough. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this episode supported you in any way, I'd love for you to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need it too. You can connect with me on Instagram at embodiedjourney_, where I share reflections, practices, and gentle reminders to live with more intention. You can find links to my website and ways to connect in the show notes. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep coming back to what feels supportive for you. I'm so glad you're here.